Now that the 2025 NFL Draft has come and gone, let's take some stock in where the depth chart looks like for your Washington Commanders and how new rookies like Josh Conerly Jr., Trey Amos, and more fit into this Commanders roster as we head into the offseason program. Welcome into the Commanders Report. I'm your host, Jack Sperry. Before we get into the content today, we want to break the record for new subscribers on a single video in the month of May for this channel. Of course, today is May Day, May 1st, and we would love to break the record on the first day of the month. So our goal today is to get to 100 new subscribers, but our May record is just 78. So if you're new to our channel, you haven't clicked that subscribe button yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button right now for free in-depth Commanders coverage every single day. And I do want to stress here, if you're already subscribed, you can help us out. It's only the people that haven't subscribed yet. So if you're new here, try us out for a week. We really do appreciate your guys' support. Make sure you click that subscribe button for free in-depth Commanders coverage every single day. Okay, so first here, let's start with the offense because I'm really excited about this group heading into the year. Obviously, with Jayden Daniels, last year's Offensive Rookie of the Year, going into his second NFL season. And at the quarterback position, I kind of like where we're at. We got Jayden Daniels as your QB1. Marcus Mariota, once again, is back, signing another contract here to be this team's backup quarterback. Josh Johnson is coming in as the QB3, and then Sam Hartman is back for another offseason here to try and earn himself a roster spot here in 2025. Then you get to the wide receiver group and the players that Jayden is going to be able to throw to. I will say, I think that this unit could still use another piece, but I know that this team really likes Noah Brown, and they really feel like they can use Deebo Samuel as a really good chess piece here in Cliff Kingsbury's offense. Obviously, Terry McLaurin is awesome. I fully expect him to get a large contract extension this offseason, and he is your alpha type. He does it all for you, route running, vertical, yard after the catch type stuff. He does it all. He's your number one, and then Deebo's going to be kind of your gadget piece, and they really like Noah Brown, who did play pretty well before he got injured last year. But the issue with Noah Brown, guys, is that he does get injured a lot. So you have to look towards the depth here with guys like Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Lane, their fourth-round pick out of Virginia Tech, to potentially pick up the slack here. And who knows what you're going to get from guys like KJ Osborne and Michael Gallup as well. Keep your eye on the Commanders to add to this group in the months to come before training camp begins. I would personally love to add like Keenan Allen, for example, to this group, but certainly serviceable enough with a great quarterback like Jayden Daniels. Then you get to the running back room here, and this is where it gets a little bit interesting because they do take Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt out of Arizona in round 6. And, I think that depending on how he does in the offseason program is going to decide whether he's like RB4 or RB3, because you do have Brian Robinson Jr., and you do have Austin Eckler, and you do have Chris Rodriguez Jr. and Jeremy McNichols, two backups that this team really likes as well. So Krosky-Merritt will have his work cut out for him to move up the depth chart this year, but he's going to have an opportunity to really solidify himself as a mainstay in this group because Brian Robinson Jr. and Austin Eckler are both free agents next year, and their future status with this team is definitely up in the air. So I do like this running back room. I think that especially when you got a guy like Jayden Daniels, you don't have to have the best running back room in the world, and this team certainly does it, but it's definitely serviceable enough to get the job done. Then you get to the tight end room here. You got Zach Ertz and John Bates. Both of them were free agents this year, and they brought both of them back, and they actually gave Bates a 3-year contract to be their kind of blocking style tight end. Now, they did spend an early draft pick in last year's NFL draft on Ben Sinnott out of Kansas State, so look for him to get an increased workload this year, but then some of the more backup types, Cole Turner and Colson Yankoff, one of the best names in all of football, if you ask me, as your backup tight end. Then you get to the offensive line here, and I think that this group is much improved from years prior. You go out and trade for one of the best pass-protecting offensive tackles in all of football in Laramie Tunsil, and then you spend a first-round draft pick on one of the best pass-protecting tackles in the entire draft class in Josh Conerly Jr. Out of Oregon. That allows you to put, mid-round pick from last year, Brandon Coleman out of TCU at left guard, where I think he's best suited. I think he's an immediate upgrade over Nick Allegretti, who started at this position last year. And, of course, you got Tyler Biadasz as your center with some good depth there with guys like Nick Herbig and Nick Allegretti being able to kind of slide in there. And then you got Sam Cosmi, who is coming off a ACL tear towards the end of last season, so he's probably not going to be ready to go to start the season. And Andrew Wiley, who I think is better as a guard than a tackle, is going to be able to to start in the interim. So I think that group is more than serviceable, especially when you got a guy like Jaden Daniels who feels the pocket so well and can use his legs as well as he does. And I do think this group is going to be able to create more run lanes for the running backs than they have in years past as well. So fill in the blank for me down there in the comments section. The Commanders are a top blank offense in the NFL right now. Are they top 10? Are they top 5? Are they the best offense in football? Let me know what you guys think down there in the comments section for today's pinned question. YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds, and I'm going to tell you about our sponsor today at Fanatics. While those things are happening, go down there in the comments section and let me know just how good the Commanders offense is. And with that, let's have word from our sponsor today at Fanatics. And guys, if you don't have a Jaden Daniels jersey already, what are you waiting for? This kid's going to be here for over a decade. He's going to be a Commanders legend for life. We all know that. So go ahead right now and secure that jersey for yourself. Go to chatsports.com/Daniels. If you use that link and you make a purchase, Fanatics actually sends us part of the proceeds. So not only do you get a brand new Jaden Daniels Commanders jersey, but you also help out the Commanders support and you help us out financially a little bit. So we really do appreciate you guys. Go to chatsports.com/Daniels to get your jersey in your closet today. Moving over to the defensive side of the ball, Dan Quinn and Joe Witt Jr., the defensive coordinator, run a 4-2 base, kind of nickel-style defense. So this is going to be your starting front with Dorrance Armstrong, Deron Payne, Jerzon Newton, and then Dietrich Wise, Cleveland Ferrell. Those guys will probably duke it out for more snaps, but both of them will definitely be in the rotation. You also got guys like Javon Kinlaw, Sheldon Day that are going to be in the rotation, and Jacob Martin, a designated pass rusher that this team is hoping can fill the shoes of Dante Fowler Jr. Then you get to the linebacker group here, guys. Frankie Louvu, Bobby Wagner, still really, really good players. Bobby is no longer the coverage player he used to be, but he's still really, really smart. He's a great leader. And then you've got some younger guys in here, guys like Jordan McGee, guys like Kane Medrano. Dominique Hampton's going to be kind of a linebacker safety hybrid. He spent last season mostly on the bench, but this team really believes in him to potentially take that next step forward and play kind of that Jeremy Chin type of role. So really like these two linebackers here, guys, that are going to do a good job for the Washington Commanders this year. But you do have to keep in mind that Bobby Wagner is towards the end of his career, so you're hoping Jordan McGee, Dominique Hampton, or Kai Medrano really takes a step up so that they can start for this team moving forward. And then you get to the safety room here. You got Quan Martin, Will Harris, and Dominique Hampton. Quan is somebody that is a really good free safety, and Will Harris is somebody that was a former corner, so he's not exactly like a true strong safety, but look for Dominique Hampton, somebody that was a late-round draft pick last year to really work his way into the rotation. This coaching staff really likes him. He's 220 pounds and a freak athlete. I think that they're going to give him a chance here during the offseason to prove himself as kind of that Jeremy Chin type of bandit safety that Dan Quinn and Joe Witt Jr. love to run. You also got guys like Percy Butler, and then you're bringing in Robert McDaniel there as a really, really fun defensive back piece as a UDFA out of Jackson State. Then you get to the cornerback room, and once again, I think that this is, along with the offensive line, is the group that improved the most this offseason. Marshawn Lattimore is getting back to fully healthy. He's also wearing a new number this year, which is a lot of fun. You got Trey Amos out of Ole Miss coming in as your number 2 corner that I think is proficient both in man and zone, one of the most pro-ready corners in this entire class, and that allows you to put Mike Samerstill back in the slot where you were drafted to put him. You also got Jonathan Jones as an excellent depth corner, so if Mikey or if Trey or if Marshawn gets injured, you can put Jonathan Jones anywhere in the defensive formation here at cornerback, and you can trust him. And then you also got guys like Noah Igbenogany, Robert McDaniel, the Jackson State UDFA we talked about earlier, can also play in the slot, and he can actually blitz from edge rusher as well, so he's a very versatile piece. Keep your eye on Robert McDaniel out of Jackson State. But on paper here, guys, because you got Jaden Daniels and because this roster is improved from a team that went to the NFC Championship game last year, this team can go as far as they really want to and can go as far as Jaden Daniels is going to take them, all right? Like, you can make an argument that there's other more complete rosters out there, but when you're led by a top 5 quarterback in the National Football League, and that's what we all expect Jaden Daniels to be next year here in Washington, you got a shot to win any football game that you play, and I think that there's a lot of real good stuff going on right now here in the nation's capital, of course, with head coach Dan Quinn. leading the way. So let me know if this is true or false down there in the comments section. The Commanders will win the NFC over the Philadelphia Eagles, over the Los Angeles Rams, over every other team in the NFC. Will they win the conference? Give me true or give me false down there in the comments section. And that'll be it for today's edition of the Commanders Report, guys. Thank you for making it to the end of today's program. I'll see you guys later. We got more Commanders content coming your way throughout the weekend. Until next time, guys, hail to the Commanders.